Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the chat where you can ask me anything for the next 25 minutes or so. Today is March the 1st, 2017, the beginning of a new month. And I wanted to give everyone the opportunity to ask me questions because I have not had time to really answer all the comments in the comments section. I do read them, but this channel has been growing a lot. If you're familiar with this channel, we've never done a show like this where I just answer all the chat questions. All I'm going to do is look in the chat right now and answer your questions, and we're going to talk. Now, if you don't like this type of thing, I'm sorry. We will have another show later tonight. So I do try to post. I post a new video here every day. Today we're going to have 2. So you don't have to watch this if you don't want to. There will be a regular news show coming tonight, about maybe an hour or 2 after this is done. There's a lot of news, obviously, going on. So this is going to be a little bit different. I'm very excited. So let's jump right into it. And I am going to actually answer, so how about that Dash? Laugh out loud, says Tar. Well, Tar and Feather, thank you for the question, and thank you for being a loyal viewer. I do recognize you. I see you all the time in the comments section. So what's up with Dash? What's going on with Dash? Well, it's not a scam now, is it? It's not a scam. All this, it's kind of, I just think it's hilarious. All the people screaming about it being a scam as it now is over $40. And as you know, Trezor accepts it. I mean, it's just this tired old line that haters say. I mean, it's pretty immature to yell that type of thing. A scam, don't OneCoin is a scam. So you don't want to confuse new people by just calling everything a scam. Now, you might not like altcoins. And hey, again, I only tell people to buy Bitcoin. But, kind of be calm about what you call a scam and what you don't call a scam. I mean, so what is going on with Dash? I don't exactly know. Maybe it's some of this uncertainty with Bitcoin that people are jumping into the Dash now. I will say one thing, Dash has done great marketing and they've gotten the word out there, and maybe now it's just all of a sudden all building up into one big crescendo at the right time. Maybe a bunch of speculators are jumping in and pumping it up. This is pretty crazy though, $42. I mean, that's a high price. It's the number 3 cryptocurrency right now. Hey, say what you will about marketing. The word is spreading. They're doing a good job. And the more the haters hate, the higher the price goes. So I don't know what to say. Okay, next question. Hey, Adam, what do you think of Zcoin and Z Classic? All right. So a lot of people are going to ask me about their specific favorite altcoins. And I think by now everyone knows that I am not that big of a fan of altcoins. I think there's like a top tier of altcoins that'll probably survive. You look at the top 7. And then you've got all the rest. I mean, like that Peppy coin, which is a totally made up thing by the guys on the Bitcoin group show. That's like the number 75 altcoin in the world. So, and some of these real altcoins are valued less than that. So it just shows how frivolous and silly these altcoins can be. Now, I don't know about Zcoin. Do you mean Zcash? I do know about Z Classic. Z Classic, I kind of, what I know about that, I liked how they started because Zcash was so hyped up. And then they had this like kind of not a lot of people knew about that where the founders were constantly paid on every transaction or something. I don't know, on every coin that's mined. And Z Classic got rid of that. So I thought that was interesting. Do I have predictions for Z Classic? No, I don't have predictions for Z Classic. As for Zcoin, again, I think that is something different. I don't know that. Zcash is slowly moving up the charts again. You know what? I think the whole thing was putrid how it started, but I do have a feeling they have a lot of money behind them, a lot of people behind them, a lot of fans behind them. So they could become one of those top tier coins, Zcash. Okay, who do you think is pumping Dash? Again, I think it might be, but maybe Roger Ver. Roger Ver putting out all this stuff about how he needs to be bailed out by doing what's it called, Bitcoin Unlimited. It should be called the big bailout, Bitcoin bailout, BO instead of BU. By them talking that up, it's created some uncertainty, a lot of unnecessary uncertainty in Bitcoin. Okay, there's nothing to worry about with this Bitcoin Unlimited. It's not going to happen. It's a clique of guys whose obviously their business isn't doing very well right now, or they're panicking. They think they want to change now. So everyone, bail us out now. We can't wait. We need it now. Just like the banks in 2008, they needed the bailout now. And Roger Ver needs his bailout now. So just do it because Roger Ver has been around for 6 years. Okay, so he keeps yelling about that. So you've got some people out there that probably are Bitcoin holders are like, I got to diversify into something. Maybe Dash. Dash looks interesting. There's this pretty girl that's pumping it, that's talking about it. It's a good marketing. It's this, I don't know. And they do a good job marketing. So maybe that's who's pumping it. Again, sometimes there's like speculator teams that are around that like go around to pump up coins, but they usually pump out really lesser ones and then drop them. Like, what was that one that it was the flavor of the month like a few weeks ago? I don't even remember its name. Pascal coin. You know, there is what happened to all the big talkers of Pascal coin? What happened to those guys? It's a pump, Adam. It's a scam. Okay. You mentioned in a previous video that you are Jewish. How religious are you, and what is your background? Yeshiva. Okay, this is good. You can ask questions like this. I answer all sorts of questions. I am Jewish. Yes. I went to a Jewish day school until 5th grade, actually. And I was bar mitzvahed at a conservative congregation at Beth Israel in Baltimore, in the suburbs of Baltimore, in Randallstown. And now Randallstown, that building is now owned by a church. Many of the old shuls, the old synagogues in Baltimore, eventually get bought out by churches because the Jewish people keep moving northwest. And well, that's a completely different story. But anyway, I grew up in the northwest suburbs of Baltimore, northwest of Baltimore City, the Baltimore area. But I am, over the years, I've become more religious, I guess. In college, I was pretty bad. I went to Washington University in St. Louis, which is like 30% Jewish people. It's a very good college, very good school. But I wasn't very religious there at all. But over time, I decided, I got rid of pork. I do fast on all the fast days. These things are easy for me to do, actually, because I can just give things up like that. I love Chabad. I love the Jews of Chabad. If you want to become more religious, you should get into Chabad. But I don't do Shabbat really. Obviously, I Rosh Hashanah, Passover, Yom Kippur, obviously. And I'd like to become more religious, actually. I think it's important to pass down our traditions. Very, very important to pass down the Jewish traditions. Very important. And to me, also, it's very important to clear. On the internet, there's so much BS about Jewish people, and you have to be a proud Jew. I am a proud Jew. Whether you consider me religious or whatever, I am a proud Jew. I am a Zionist Jew. I believe in the state of Israel, and I am here to clear up any issues people have with Jewish people. All right. Is Ethereum, do you have a masternode for Dash? No, I do not. I only own a few Dash, actually. I own more Monero than Dash. And by the way, my portfolio is like, what is it? Like 99.99% Bitcoin? I don't know. It's not. Is Ethereum next on everyone's mind to pump? Who knows? I mean, Ethereum is about to go, they're talking about going proof of stake. I don't think it's going to help in the long run. They're partnering now. They're doing all this media stuff, which is pumping them up. I think Ethereum Classic could be pumped up soon because they're going to have a limit on how much Ethereum Classic is created. Ethereum still doesn't have this limit. So who knows? I mean, Ethereum is being pumped right now. So Ethereum is doing well. And I give the Ethereum guys, the Ethereum community credit. They're not like bragging in people's faces. They're being low key about it. Market manipulation. They are graph shaping. I don't know. Okay. I mined Dash when it was called Xcoin. Okay. How do we know coins can be double generated or rehypothecated when transferring through SegWit? Could there be hidden code like in the DAO? No, they're there's not going to be any hitting. There are no conspiracies in the code that's being created by the people that have done SegWit. Drop all the conspiracy theories. Listen to what Andreas Antonopoulos says. I know a lot of people like to believe in conspiracy theories. Drop it, guys. It's live in the real world. It is not a scam. I don't have, but if okay. Amanda Johnson's good looks on marketing is what's pumping Dash. Okay, that could have something to do with it. Her good looks could be helping Dash. Guess what? Them hiring her was the best darn thing they ever did. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. I still specific about. Oh, great! I just lost the Peppy Cash. I still okay about Dash Code's history. Okay, question. Somebody doesn't like. He's suspicious because of the name change of Dash. No, the name Darkcoin was a rebranding. You don't keep that name if you want to compete with Bitcoin. It's a name that is like implies shadiness. Darkcoin. We have 65 live viewers now. Wow, thank you guys. Questions: if Bitcoin goes extremely high and America's taxes are crazy, what would be the best country to move to? Whew, well, first of all, there's a problem there. I would stay in America because America taxes you no matter where. Once you're an American citizen, that's it. You'd have to drop your citizenship, which costs like $5,000 or something now. Now, if you were willing to go through all that, if a good country to live in, well, I mean, I've been to a lot of countries. I thought Australia was very beautiful. I liked hanging out in Western countries. New Zealand was very beautiful. Singapore was okay. It was hot. They have a lot of rules there. The humidity. Portugal is nice. It's pretty cool. They don't speak English. I like English speaking country. You know, South Africa is something to consider if you're used to living in where there's crime. Like if you grew up in like Baltimore City, around Baltimore City, and you're used to just ghetto-ness and stuff, then you could take some of the things in South Africa. It's a low cost of living. There's some beautiful parts of South Africa. I still want to explore it some more. All right. So that wasn't really a good answer there. Peppy Cash is not a scam. No, it's not a scam compared to Dash. You never looked into it. No. Don't say that. Peppy Cash is a joke. It's a joke. Island of Jersey, someone says. All right. Zcoin and Zclassic are the two fastest growing altcoins. That's why I asked. Okay, this week they might be, but there's going to be another one. I mean, they grow. Everyone switches. Who's the fastest? It's a fickle little land, altcoin land, especially that second and third tier. Do you accept Flappy coin donations? Not that I have any. Yeah, I guess I do. Yeah, I would accept. I don't know what Flappy coin is. I accept any donations in coins just to make everyone. Hello, says James Bond. Maybe Roger Ver is buying up Dash and pushing up the price. I doubt it. I don't know what Roger Ver is doing. I don't know what that dude is doing. If he wants to buy coffee, he should get some Dash, and then he won't have to worry about the transaction fees. Thanks, Adam. If the ETF is approved, it will kill Bitcoin long term. Mark my words. No, it will not. I disagree with that strongly. Long term, no. Because there's your conspiracy theory again. You think it's going to, that these market manipulators will, just like they manipulate gold. And no, it's not going to happen. People will demand the Bitcoin. Why do you use bailout to describe Ver's position? It implies his business failed and wants Bitcoin to help him. Well, wait a second. Roger Ver is saying that he's struggling, that every day he's having problems. It's costing him more and more money to send his Bitcoin, and that he needs to do this for his business, and that Roger Ver, does thousands of transactions, hundreds of transactions a day, and that he can't afford this. So in fact, his business must be in peril. Must he, or is there no problem at all? Is that it? So if there's no problem, why must we rush into this unproven into an unproven hard fork? He wants to compromise the future of Bitcoin, to risk the future of Bitcoin so him and his cronies can be saved in the present. It's like selling your children down the river. It's like what we do when we inflate the currency, or we push off the debts, give the debt to give the debt to the children. He's pushing it off to the future. And he should know better than anyone that a hard fork will end up in an Ethereum type of situation, which is not a good situation to be in. But I mean, he wants it now, now, now. There's no patience. Now, now, now. Again, what you got to be patient here, people. All right. Is it true that the ETF can be approved on the 6th or 9th? Yeah, I think the ETF can be approved at any time. That last day is a Sunday. Jason Sellers asks, or a Saturday, excuse me. What are your thoughts on Ethereum Classic incorporating an upper limit in the near future? How many Ether will ever be created? I think it is the greatest thing that Ethereum Classic could do. They want to limit it at 210 million Ethereum Classic. They must do this. If they don't do it, Ethereum Classic will go down the tubes. That's how important I think it is. They must have an upper limit. You can't just have an inflationary currency where no one knows how much is ever going to be created. That's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous to not have a limit. And 210 million is great because that's 10 times the amount of Bitcoin that will be produced. With Bitcoin, 21 million. So it's good. So maybe the goal will be to be worth 1/10 of Bitcoin, which it never will be. So what would be wrong with being worth 100th of a Bitcoin? Bitcoin's worth $1,200 now. Imagine if Ethereum Classic was worth $12. I think that would be great. ETF is an illusion that will help spread Bitcoin. Laugh out loud. Well, it is sort of it's a way for people to get into Bitcoin that are scared to get into Bitcoin who shouldn't be scared to get into Bitcoin. It's not a bailout. That's how growing capacity has been done in the past. All right. Which are, in your opinion, the most important news sites to get level playing field of people that know about fresh news to Bitcoin? What sites? Okay, there are are good sites out there. There's some good video guys out. I think if you're a trader type, you want to go to Ty Zen's channel. At least it's entertaining. He's an honest person. I don't believe in trading at all. If you're a new person, I really like TC Sessions YouTube. And by the way, YouTube is the best source of information. These written sites aren't too good. Andreas Antonopoulos, obviously, go to his YouTube channel. Tone Bays, go to his YouTube channel. I'm going to leave out people. I'm so sorry. Their Twitter feeds, like what's his name? Vinny Lingham's Twitter feed. Tone Bays has a good Twitter feed. I made a video about this on Ty Zen's channel. You guys can check out about who to listen to. You know, some of the Reddits of the altcoin Reddits can be very informative. I think the Litecoin one can be. I think the Ethereum one can be. There's a blog called Classic Ethereum by Jerry, who's been on my show before. By the way, if someone has been on my show, on my This Week in Bitcoin show, this is an important thing to know. That means I think they've got a good opinion and they're not insane. And they don't believe in cloud mining and doing crazy things without thinking. So those are all good people to check out their YouTubes or check out their writings. All the people that I've interviewed, Charlie Lee too. I mean, he's great. He's got a good Twitter feed. But these are people that I respect. So if they're on my show, especially if they're on the panel show, on the This Week in Bitcoin show, to check out their stuff. Lauren Gamaroff in South Africa is the most knowledgeable guy in Africa about Bitcoin. He's great. Hello, Adam. Yanni says hello. That's good. I second that question, Nicholas. What did Nicholas say? I think I answered it, I guess. Everyone click on thumbs up if it helps promote this video on YouTube. Yes, please click on thumbs up. All 86 viewers. I guess people are really enjoying this. Good, thanks. We should actually meet one day around South London. I don't know if that guy's talking to me. I'd love to meet the guy, though. I'd love to meet anyone if you're in Lisbon, by the way, and I'm going to meet somebody. Adam, says Yanni. Okay, hey, Adam, what are your favorite sports? Baseball is my favorite sport. That is my favorite sport. The Baltimore Orioles are my favorite sports team. Since I was a child, I eagerly await our return to the World Series. It will happen one day. It will happen. We will bring the championship back to Baltimore City. Glory to Baltimore City. Now, again, I tell people don't waste your time on sports. Unfortunately, I was addicted to baseball. I think it is a thinking man's sport, too. I think the NFL has become absolutely ridiculous with them trying to dictate how you think. And the Baltimore Ravens are my second favorite sports team, obviously, but I did not watch them all year, as all of you know, as a protest to the complete insanity the NFL has become, that I have to listen to Colin Kaepernick tell me how to think, or tell how those guys who shouldn't have even been in college tell me how to think. Hardly any of those men deserve to be in college. They should thank the God Almighty they have a chance to go to college, better their lives, because their SAT scores were so low, lower than a rock score, and they got in, and they complain about how life's treated them wrong. They're disgraces, really disgraces. Anyway, and that's the NFL for you, and they try to tell you how to think. Yeah, been there before. Okay, I'm from Israel. Yanni says, yeah, Yanni, I know you, Yanni. I know who you are. Long live the state of Israel. Long live Jerusalem as the eternal capital of the state of Israel. Could we keep the crypto conversation and not religion? Yeah, we could, but people are asking me questions here. You can say, ask me anything. I'm Yisrael Chai, Barry says. Very good. Nice topics. Hi, everyone. Okay. Oh, not fair. We have to team up, mate. Instead of religion, why not philosophy and ethics? Why not? Ask me. I'll be Stefan Molyneux. I can yell at all of you. And thoughts on Z Classic. I already gave that at the beginning, Robert. Rewind and you'll see. What is your date of birth? I'm not going to say that because I don't want people stalking me too much. That's just, we can't do that. You can't say that. But thanks for asking. I got your email from the last one you sent me. Apologies on not replying, but was busy today. I don't know. Okay, Barry, do you think ETH pump has anything to do even a bit with Charlie Shrem's company? No, not at all. I think it has to do with the Vitalik partnering with all these major players. It's been in the news and stuff. These Wall Street players, everyone's like, oh, it's great. They're going to have blockchain with these Wall Street players. And people, that's the thing about Ethereum. They've done well because they have the support. These big businesses want them to do well. They really do. And say what you will about that. I mean, why do you think BTC and ETH went sideways on Coinbase yesterday afternoon around 6 o'clock? Is Coinbase manipulating the market? All right. No, Coinbase is not manipulating the market. I know there was an East Coast power outage yesterday that might have had something to do with things going sideways. Barry L., I think something happened to Meister. I don't know. Nothing happened to Meister. I'm here. We have 90 live viewers. What do you think of MadeSafe? I think not much of it. Don't know much about it. I don't think much. Mention Mgtow about that. Should I wait till Dash crashes? Well, I mean, I don't buy Dash at 44.40. I don't buy Dash at all. I think they do a great job marketing. You should buy Bitcoin instead of buying $44 Dash. My God. Adam, says Yanni. All right. Maybe Roger Ver got him. Dark coin with a dark, low voice. There is no tax in Jersey. Hey, Adam, should there be a limit on altcoins? No, there should not be a limit on altcoins. Produce as many as you want. As many as you want. It's the free market. Let the best one win. Someone says Johannesburg. I have been in Johannesburg. It was thoroughly surprising in Johannesburg. I thought it was going to be a lot more ghetto than it was. We in America think it's incredibly unsafe. It's kind of like being in Baltimore, except their houses have walls around them. And if you've got a good guide, you're cool. Vimeo.com, 2-minute video. Someone wants me to watch. I don't know. Email me again. Okay. The Pepe Cash is legit. You don't know what you're saying. But it's a joke, though. I mean, Adam, Pepe Cash is not a joke. I don't know. I mean, what's his face on the Bitcoin show on their channel? Theo. I mean, you can't tell when he's serious and when he's not. I mean, hey, what do you think about Decred? Great question. You know what? I want to tell you what I think about Decred. There is a guy out there. I am intrigued by Decred because of Charlie Lee. All right. Charlie Lee made up Litecoin, which is, you could say is like the second or third most popular coin out there in terms of people knowing about it. Doug Casey knew what Litecoin was, okay? Probably Ethereum is the second most known, but Litecoin might be the third most known, okay? That guy comes on my show, all right? Then we've got a huge fan of Decred trying to get the Decred guys on my show. I'm going to leave it at that. I think I'd love to give an opinion on Decred. Right now, my opinion is not very high because their marketing skill is lower than the guys that play in the NFL. I mean, it's really embarrassing, the marketing, the back and forth I've had to go with these Decred people. I mean, you know what? They come on the show. I give the Decred community credit. The guy who's been in touch with me, he's working really hard. But their management people, I don't think they understand what the word marketing means at all currently. And if we get on the show, we'll talk about this and all will be forgiven and everything. But it's weird. Like, they won't, like, come join our chat. I'm like, well, just email me back. They won't email you back. It's like, what? I'm not going to get into the whole thing with that. All right. There's a little insight you only get on the chat. Roger Ver likes Monero if you're talking alts. Richie, I know it sounds nuts. Please take 30 minutes and look into Book of Orbs. Okay, find you. THC Bliss, I agree. Okay, they pump altcoins. Adam, need to do a little research. He will get Dash, the Dash AL to the early days for newbies. Okay, people are pumping Dash because it can go up way more in BTC ratio and crash on March 11th. I don't know. Reply. Okay, come on. Do you have a Dash master node? No, I do not. Bitcoin will be king as always. Yes, it will. So messed up code happening as conspiracy. Listen to what you're saying. Wait a second. Hang on. Tarnfather says, so messed up code that robbed the DOA that causes ETH to hard fork to unscrew. You dismiss that happened. No, okay, the DAO code was crappy because they had crappy people doing it. The Bitcoin code is the best coders in the world, okay? Listen to what Tone and what Andrea said. I mean, this is like a 150-person all-star team. You're comparing the DAO, like single-A baseball players. There's no comparison. So saying that something is going to go wrong with the code in the same way that it went wrong with the DAO code, with the SegWit code, like it's a conspiracy. It's insane. They've tested this. It's going to be tested. Let's just run it on Litecoin first and see what happens. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know someone says, I know who Satoshi Nakamoto is. Do you normally style your hair like that? Yes. I've been doing my hair like this for quite a few years. I started it doing it in 7th grade, actually. And then I stopped for a little while, but it's always kind of stuck up. The sideburns were a tribute to one of my favorite baseball players at the time, Brady Anderson, who played for the Baltimore Orioles. He had the 90210 sideburns, and I couldn't grow them at the time. I mean, I kept them. I like the sideburns. They've stuck with me, but they came from Brady Anderson. They're not original. Pump altcoins to get more Bitcoin. Dash Master Zone. Can you explain SegWit? No, I can't explain SegWit. I'm not a technical guy. I'm not gonna. It's boring as heck. Go ask those guys to explain it. I know it's better than. It's a soft fork. It's better than a darn hard fork. You can't ruin Bitcoin, basically. Ikonomi beta video. What is it? Is it good time to buy Dash now or wait till Friday? Dude, I can't recommend buying any altcoins. No, buy Bitcoin now. It's a good time to buy Bitcoin now, I think. It always is, because if it's when you're, well, here, do you think Dash is going to be worth more than it is now in the year 2020? Then buy it. That's what I mean. If you think Bitcoin is going to be worth more now in the year 2020, then buy it. I mean, you got to be paid. You can't be impulsive here. Impulsive. The unknown SegWit. Okay. Unknown is SegWit bigger. Are you married with children, Adam Meister? I am not married. I do not have children. The only reason I would, the only reason I would want to get married is to have children now. I don't know if I would have been wise enough to say that back in the day. I got to tell all you guys out there, there's no reason to get married unless you want to have children. Just if you don't plan on having children, don't get married. There's no point in getting. I don't understand what the point is of having a wife. You're going to say, well, have sex. I mean, well, you can have sex other ways, probably. I mean, I've never been married. I've had plenty of sex, and I've had many girlfriends and stuff. Well, 3 very important girlfriends, and then I slept with quite a few women besides those 3. That was not a question. And this is, we're trying to have this be a family show, but there's no reason to be married. I mean, you want freedom, man. This freedom is pretty awesome. I would like to have children. I would like to have Jewish children. So I would like to have a Jewish wife. And that is, I would like to continue what my ancestors worked very hard to continue. So I could be a Jew today. I would like to continue this. I do have nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff. So it will go on, but it would be nice to have kids. I'm not going to lie to you. I would marry a woman that I didn't love to have children, actually. So if you are a woman out there who's Jewish and you'd like to have children with a man who is self-employed you and stuff, and I'm pretty good looking, I'm very good shape, and yeah, contact me or whatever. I'd like to have, have children. But to marry a woman and not have children is ridiculous. Also, if you have children, you should try to at least be wealthy if you're not married. If you're a poor person, it's good to be married and don't have children out of wedlock is what I'm trying to say. But if you're wealthy, you can. Hey, Adam, can I send you some burst coins? Sure. Send me burst coin. Dark Media Productions, Dash Masternodes, Dash Evolution. There might still be an upside for Dash, but there's massive crash looming. Who knows? Okay. Do you have a Dash Masternode? That's the 3rd time someone's asked me that. No, I don't. Richie, can you, Adam, if BTC ETF fails and BCC has big pullback, what 3 altcoins do you think people should diversify into? Wait. You just said if the Bitcoin ETF fails and Bitcoin has a big pullback, a big drop in price, what 3 altcoins do you think people should diversify in? Bitcoin, and Bitcoin. If the Bitcoin price drops, you should get into Bitcoin at that point. No, don't diversify into any. No, there's no diversification at that point. At that point, you're like, dude, man, because the ETF failing, it's going to fail. The ETF it's not going to be approved. It's not going to be approved. So eventually there'll be ETFs and stuff like that, and that'll be great. So get into Bitcoin now when people are going to be down on it after the. And by the way, I believe that the ETF will not be approved. The price will drop down to about $1,000. Maybe for a day or a few hours, and then it will start to go back up again. So it's not going to stay down for long. Jesse Banfield. No, this is Sarah, assistant. No one has explained the simple debate about SegWit Core and Bitcoin Unlimited. Everyone picks a side and goes against the other side. Hey, I'll tell you this. I think the status quo is fine right now. I don't see a problem right now with the situation in Bitcoin. It's worth triple what it was a year ago. So if we stay the way we are right now, it's fine with me. It's fine with me. It doesn't affect the people trying to get their money out of Zimbabwe or Mozambique or India. The way it is right now, they're loving it. They love it for what it is right now. Again, the market will dictate when these changes have to be made. So I'm saying Litecoin has to embrace SegWit now, because Litecoin will be a dead coin if it doesn't do something. What will it be if it doesn't do SegWit? It has to prove that it really is the test net to Bitcoin. And that's the way they do it. So the market is already putting pressure on Litecoin. It's gone down. It needs to do something. So let's see how SegWit works on Litecoin. And that could trigger a lot of interest in Bitcoin adopting SegWit. But I mean, I don't support of Bitcoin as adopting SegWit, but will it force the market to say, hey, we're selling our Bitcoin now, or unless you implement this SegWit because we need these type of transactions now? I don't know. All right, Dash Masternode. Thanks, Adam. Ether Classic, Jerry and Charlie Lee for Litecoin are great guys. Yes, they are. Will you ever interview Roger Ver or Fluffy Pony? I would love to. I have tried to get in touch with Fluffy Pony many times. I have emailed him. It's an open invitation for Fluffy Pony to be on this show. Tone talks to him. I mean, I hope Tone can convey. I'd love to have Fluffy Pony on the show. I'd love to have Roger Ver on the show too. I think it would be great. I think him presenting his position it's just another reason to support SegWit. I think he doesn't saying, hey, I've been around so long, listen to me, is not the greatest argument in the world. Yanni Berger, come to Israel, visit. I will, again, I've been there twice. I was there last year, and I was there in 2002. I do want to come to Israel and visit. I want to visit Judea and Samaria too, which is, of course, part of Israel. Judea and Samaria are integral parts of Israel and are part of it forever and ever. In short, why does Tone Vase say the Bitcoin ETF is bound not to be approved? Because it appears that it isn't. It's just not very sound. It's not very sound. It's different. The government doesn't like to approve of different type of things. Great shows lately. You're stepping it up. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Everyone like this video. Like this video. We have 90 viewers. All right. OneCoin is a joke. Yeah, it's more than a joke. It's a scam. That you gotta be careful. I'm from Portugal. Pedro Tome says. Cool. Let's hang out here. I'll be here till April the 4th. Are you Portuguese? No, I am not Portuguese. But in my heritage, Ancestry.com, my DNA test, 98% Ashkenazi Jew, 1% Middle Eastern Jew, and 1% Iberian Peninsula Jew, which would be a Jew from this region. But so I'm 100% Jewish. And for people that say, well, obviously Jewish people have interbred with other people. Well, maybe not. My DNA says I'm 100%. I don't know. Anyway, that's a whole other subject. You coming to Guatemala, the Mayan Highlands? No, I don't have plans to come to Guatemala. Thanks for your answer, someone says. Yes, you're welcome. Are you gonna? I'd like to go to Central America. I mean, I am a little weird about malaria and stuff. Like, I had a blast though. You should have seen me at Mozambique in night, at Maputo at night. I was paranoid about those little buggies biting you, getting the malaria and the dengue, and that stuff kind of worries me. I'm a little paranoid about that. Are you going to get Cal Ripken on Bitcoin or what? Maybe. I mean, it'd be awesome if Cal Ripken adopted it. It'd be a great spokesperson. It would get a lot of people into it. Predictions on Dash before the 5th. Predictions on Dash before the 5th. Well, it's at $44 now. It's probably going to hit $50. That looks like it's destiny, I guess. I don't know. Will the ETF be approved? No, it will not be approved, I don't think. What about Palestine? There's no such thing as Palestine. What's your private keys? No, you're not getting that. Do you think ETH pump has anything to do with Charlie Shrem's company? No. Charlie Shrem has nothing. I don't think he has anything. When you coming to Australia again? I want to visit Perth. I want to visit Perth. I was thinking about doing it this year. I don't know. I say it to the other from Israel, Yanni Berger, percentage Bitcoin ETF chances. The chance of the Bitcoin ETF being approved, I'd say, are 10% probably, that's why I keep saying no. Thank you, Anna, for all your hard work. You've taught me a lot. I'm a gold and silver investor who has recently branched out into Bitcoin. That's awesome. What a rush. How he's behind these questions. He will be 5 hours before he reads this. No, I just read it. It wasn't 5 hours. How long are you in Portugal? Until April 4th. Vitalik and ETH partnership and the rise value, I think so too. Okay. I think Coinbase was down. Question, what's your opinion of Coinbase getting out of Hawaii? Well, I think I have said to people that I've given links in my previous video to email the government of Hawaii, that woman dictator commissioner who made this horrible decision. Coinbase has to do what they have to do. It's the state of Hawaii's fault. Making it hard for Bitcoin to be in there to operate is absolutely ridiculous, especially Hawaii, where tourists come, where Japanese come. There's going to be a video posted on, I made a video about this that's going to be on Taizan's cryptocurrency channel. Taizan's got to post it real soon. So you'll check it out. You'll hear what I have to say about all this, but it's ridiculous that this happened. It's Hawaii's fault. Notice that he doesn't answer any of my questions. I answered the question. I don't know if he's talking to me. Full-Time Geek says, hi, everyone. He's been offline dealing with stuff. I love Full-Time Geek. Adam, did you watch Amanda's presentation at Amanda's Anarcho presentation? No, I have not watched it yet. The Anarcho thing. I haven't watched it. Maybe I will. Guys use Coinbase, not Okay. Please, can you give us real websites for invest? No, I don't know what that means. Buy your Bitcoin at Coinbase if you're in America. Hello, Adam. Greetings from South America, Venezuela. Can you talk Venezuela's perfect conditions for mass adoption? For there to be mass adoption in Venezuela, they're going to have to get rid of their current government. For Bitcoin to be valuable in Venezuela, it is the current situation. I mean, because they're going through hyperinflation, so they want to preserve their wealth any way they can, be it with US dollars or with Bitcoin. By the way, people of the world, people hate the US dollar in the United States. Everywhere else in the developing world, the US dollar is worshipped and is basically like almost thought of, I mean, that's how they preserve their money in the US dollar. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. Do you hate Roger Ver, Adam? No, I do not. No. That's hate is a very strong word. I don't know Roger Ver personally. How long are you in Portugal? When do you get back? I'm here till the 4th, April 4th. I asked about Decred a long time ago. I answered about Decred. The Decred guys are weird. They should come on the show. They kind of open invitation, but their community has tried to get them on this show. I give them credit for that. Adam, what do you think about Roger Ver promoting Dash as an investment on Doug Casey's Casey Research platform? Okay, I was going to mention that, and I don't think Roger Ver is actually promoting it. They just used his name. And Doug Casey's research platform, the guy who's talking about Dash is a guy who does not know much about cryptocurrency. I talked about how that same guy talked about Ethereum. That's a very sketchy thing going on over there. So don't associate Roger with it. I don't know what that is all about over there. I'd have to do a little bit more research. Why can't both be done, SegWit and increase block size? Apparently they both can be done, but it is insane to do a hard fork. Why do a hard fork when Bitcoin will split into two different Bitcoin and ruin Bitcoin and confuse the world? Because you got to understand where people are with Bitcoin in this world. People are finding out about it who are new to it, and it's very complex to them. So all of a sudden, if there were two Bitcoin, they'd be like, I had enough of this. All the ETF people would be like, what? I can't invest in something that's there two of suddenly. What is that? They're not two gold suddenly. I mean, come on. It will look what happened to Ethereum. It destroyed the momentum of Ethereum when they had that hard fork. Sure, Ethereum's still around, but there's some mistrust of Ethereum too. And there's something called Ethereum Classic now too. So, I mean, Ethereum was on its way to $50. And I'm going to discuss this in my next video. And now it's still not back to $20. This hard forking stuff is very risky. And you want this Bitcoin Unlimited done by a bunch of developers who are like minor leaguers compared to an all-star team. It's ridiculous. And because Roger Ver wants it now. He wants it now, impatient. Because he's been around for 6 years and his business needs it now. He needs to be bailed out immediately. Why do you have a shower curtain on your closet? This is not my place. It's an Airbnb, and it's just a curtain that leads out the window, looks out the window. Bitcoin has the best coders. Yes, no doubt. Dash has the best organization and slick marketing. Dash has the best marketing. Can't be denied. Can't be denied. And they are doing well. And people are like, well, I wouldn't like if Bitcoin had an advertising campaign on TV. Are you insane? That would be the awesomest thing for Bitcoin in the world if there was a advertising campaign, like a campaign. Oh my God, the world would find out about Bitcoin. Are you wearing Orioles colors? It looks like I'm wearing orange and black right now. Not on purpose, but I guess I am. I'm wearing the Bitcoin shirt that you can get at Linda's. The link is below. You get a 15% discount with the Meister. Hey, remember Meister code. Remember to like this video, by the way, everyone. Wow, we've gone kind of far with this. I'm getting close to ending this because this is like long. I know we're having a blast. And in 92 viewers, what is your favorite Star Trek series? The original one is pretty cool. It's pretty fun to look back on that one. The second one was cool. Then it got complex. I don't know. I love space. I love space as a child, and I think there's so much potential, and we shouldn't be wasting our money here on Earth on these stupid welfare programs when we should be spending it totally wasteful, corporate welfare, individual welfare. we should be shooting for putting people on Venus in the clouds, and studying these, sending unmanned probes out of this solar system. And we really, the technology that will be developed around that will help mankind. And yeah, watch Amanda Johnson interview with Andreas Antonopoulos. He explains SegWit in good technical detail. Good. If you want to hear technical detail, be my guest, guys. But I mean, there's only so much technical I can take, and there's really no point in just, you trust the technical guys like Andreas Antonopoulos. Dash is dumping as you speak. Okay, great. It's dumping. Don't get married. She will take your Bitcoin. Yeah, well, no, she won't take your Bitcoin, but there's a good chance she'll take everything else. Yeah, the courts will give her everything else. You can hide your Bitcoin. That's something. You're so Mgtow. Well, I like the Mgtow philosophy. I've learned a lot. I think everyone should listen to Vention Mgtow. There's some other good Mgtows out there. You know, we've lost track of how women and men should interact together. Okay, and there's a natural semblance here. There's a natural way things are supposed to be, and we've lost touch with the way of nature. It's kind of scary. Dash is $43, not dumping. The Disrupt Meister, yes, bruh. Pimpin' Ain't Easy. That was a song by Big Daddy Kane. I remember that song. 99 Problems, but Bitcoin ain't one. All right. Pimpin' the BitcoinMeister. Kids are hard. Think hard on make you. Gabe, you should be banging Amanda. She's married. I don't bang married women. That's wrong. You should respect a person's husband with all her dash. What do you think of RSK rootstock? It's innovative from what I've been told, and it's it's something that you can be Ethereum on Bitcoin apparently. Bitcoin Litecoin, the trucker guy, he is awesome. He talks about rootstock. Plenty, Adam, plenty. I don't know what that's to. This guy loves Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin in Canada's price is over 1620 Canadian dollars right now. Loonies, right? They're loonies. I love Vancouver, by the way. When will Bitcoin be mainstream? I don't know. I don't think it matters. When, I mean, not next year, not this year or next year, probably after 2020. I mean, what's mainstream? I mean, I think it's going to be used in a lot of, it's just a way to preserve wealth by smart people. If you're a smart person, then it'll be mainstream. So what's mainstream? When people use it to buy coffee? I don't know if that's a correct definition of mainstream. That might not be what Bitcoin's for. Amanda Johnson, if Amanda Johnson wasn't hot, would the price of Dash be where it is today? No, it would not. Probably wouldn't. Barry Dutton sells homes. How? Okay. I have 35 Litecoins. I hope it goes up. Yeah, I hope for you it goes up. Bitcoin, I hope it goes up because I hope SegWit is implemented and we get to see what the SegWit thing is, and that helps Litecoin. We all hope Litecoin goes up. Yes, Go 13 Pro. He's got a good channel, by the way. Lon, would you buy Dash if she was ugly? Think about it. Well, no. I mean, some people would buy Dash still, no matter what the spokesperson looked like. But her being an attractive female, it helps. It doesn't hurt. Hi, what is your education, or what area is your expertise interest? All right, I graduated from Friends School of Baltimore. I then went on to Washington University in St. Louis, Missouri. I got a BSBA. I majored in marketing there. At Washington University in St. Louis, which is quite a nice school. You should try. You know, so a lot of people say don't waste your money on college. Yeah, you shouldn't waste your money on like only on the top tier colleges, like top 25 colleges. Maybe you should waste your money on that because you really meet a lot of smart people. You network with a lot of wealthy people. I've gone to great weddings from people that I met at WashU and from Friends School of Baltimore. There were a lot of wealthy people who went there. And, you know, a lot of these people are very liberal people too. It's kind of funny. But they're my friends, and rich people can be very nice people. Rich people are good people, can be very good people. And you shouldn't live in this fantasy world where all the rich are evil. And you should strive to be wealthy and be around them. Be around smart people is a pleasure. When you're at Washington University in St. Louis, you're only around smart people. You don't have to deal with stupid people. It's just a beautiful fantasy world, a world that I will never return to probably because, you know, in the real world, you have to deal with stupid people. That's just life. That's just life. But so college can be a nice reprieve from life if you're around a smart, but you know, some colleges have lowered their standards for all these little gimmicks. It's ridiculous. Don't go to some public university where they're like letting in everybody because they play football or something. I don't know, it's just ridiculous. Wash U is Division III, by the way, which means no athletic scholarships. Hey, Adam, talk about Mexico borders and Bitcoin usage. Okay, if they stop allowing, if Trump says you can't have remittances to Mexico anymore, they're going to find a way to send money back to Mexico. Or if they tax remittances to Mexico, they're going to find a way to do it cheaper. They're going to send it with Bitcoin, so it will help Bitcoin. It will help Bitcoin. I've lost hope for LTC, someone says. I haven't lost yet. You should, if they don't do, by the way, there's so much panic and FUD in the Litecoin Reddit. It's kind of funny. They're panicking there. It takes time for this, for Litecoin to approve SegWit. So you guys got to be calm about it. But if they never approve SegWit, then what's the point of Litecoin? It's not even a test net for Bitcoin. What's the point at that point? So yeah, it's important they do that. Or maybe figure out something else to do that to test net for Bitcoin. But that's the thing they're working on too. Some status of Satoshi Light. Okay. The Chinese just don't give a darn. How Earth is Dash pushing $50? Again, it's the marketing probably, and just oh my God, I just lost my track of thought. There's a rumor that Coinbase is adding Dash at the end of March. Do you think that that rumor could be helping explain it? If they actually did it, that would help put. If Coinbase really starts selling Dash, whoa, that's going to help Dash quite a bit. It'll help Dash quite a bit. I don't know what to say at that point. I mean, who knows what's going to happen? What exactly do you do for a living? What are you doing in Portugal? This is what I do for a living, man. I do Bitcoin consulting. I've invested well over the years, should we say. I've owned 3 different houses during my life. I was involved in some Baltimore real estate stuff, in some rejuvenation in Baltimore City. So, and I don't spend a lot of money. I save a lot of money. So I'm not a wealthy man per se, but I live a frugal lifestyle. I live a Mgtow lifestyle, right? And so this is what I do now. Bitcoin is what I do right now. So I'm making Bitcoin off of this. I do make dollars off of my YouTube pays me in dollars, unfortunately. So I pay some bills that way. Okay, so that's what I do for a living. Again, I do a lot. I mean, I do anything here and there to make make money. I see an opportunity, I make some money. You want to pay me to talk at a conference? I'll talk at your conference, whatever, man. I'm an entrepreneur. That's what I am. What did you do in Africa? Was it for work? What exactly? I went to Africa just to go to talk about. Well, I went there. I wanted to go to Zimbabwe, and then I ended up going to Zimbabwe to go to a Bitcoin to talk at a Bitcoin conference. But then from there, I did other Bitcoin events too and hung out with Lori and Gamaroff. So it became a Bitcoin trip. And then I went to Mozambique and gave a talk about Bitcoin. And they actually flew me from Zimbabwe to Mozambique, which was nice of the guy putting on the event in Mozambique. Peter Schiff stated Bitcoin is fool's gold. What do you have to say about that? No, he's insane. What do you think about the guy who defended Bitcoin? That guy was horrible also. It was a screaming match. I mentioned it before. The whole thing was an embarrassment. Peter Schiff is becoming a caricature of himself if he can't see what Bitcoin is. Andy Hoffman changed his mind about Bitcoin. Surely Peter Schiff can too. Peter Schiff is a smart man. He's being stubborn. He thinks it's going to hurt his business, I guess. I don't know. He cannot. Okay. How about music? About music? You want to know about my music? I like classic rock, Led Zeppelin. I like Led Zeppelin and The Who. I mean, I love all those classic rock dudes, man. There's some brings back some memories. They used to have some of the Zeppelin o'clock on the radio in Baltimore every day. They might have it still at 10 o'clock. They play Led Zeppelin. That's how I learned about Led Zeppelin. Do you use the blockchain for other things other than sending Bitcoin? No. Does Bitcoin Unlimited need permission to hard fork? Does Bitcoin Unlimited, why do they can split into another altcoin. They can actually, that was brought up. They won't do it because they know they're not going to get they need to convince people that no one's going to mine their altcoin. I mean, maybe Roger Ver should do that. Why not do that? Do that. Go ahead. Because they can't call it Bitcoin. It won't be Bitcoin. Everyone knows it won't be Bitcoin. There's a rumor that could be adding that. Okay, I addressed that. What's the best source of turning ETH into Bitcoin? Yeah, I would do it on BTC. That exchange is pretty good. You can do it at Shapeshift. I guess you can do it at Poloniex. I don't know. SpaceX is sending 2 people on round trip to the moon. Yeah, he says he's going to do that. I mean, I hope he can do that. That would be awesome. Oh, man, now I just lost my place again. Hey, Adam, if the stock market crashes this year, where do you see Bitcoin's price? It will go up, but I don't think the stock market is going to crash. I don't think so. Every Mormon I've ever met is extremely nice. Yeah, Mormons are very nice. I like Mormons. I don't think so. Every Mormon, okay. Dash is great. Don't sleep. I'm Mormon, and I don't call my spouse my partner. No, okay, that's cool. I like Mormons. What do you think about the Golem project? I don't know anything about it. Do you smoke pot, Adam? No, I do not. No drugs. No drugs. That stuff makes you so lazy. It is the people you see smoking pot. I mean, it's disgraceful. It doesn't help you at all. It doesn't help you at all, man. I've seen, and you can get addicted to it in a certain way. I've known lots of guys, it just dominates their lives. It ruins their lives. I knew a guy, his IQ is probably over 130. And he's so smart. And he's just on pot, man. It just dominates his life. He does nothing productive. He could do so much for this world. Okay, now I'm back to where I was. SpaceX, besides Monero, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum, what other altcoins are on your watch list? No, I don't really have a watch list. Again, again, Ripple is not on my watch. That's in the top there, but Ethereum Classic. I mean, they stand for something, and I like how they're going to have a hard cap. Ethereum Classic was Ethereum for Bitcoin people. That's what it is. Amanda calls her husband a partner. Kind of weird. Is she Mormon? I think she's from Utah originally, so I don't know if she's Mormon or not. Okay, no smoking pot, I said. Dash is great. I don't think every Mormon. Adam, if stock market, okay, we did that. Do you have any investments other than crypto? Yeah, I do. Unfortunately. I do. I wish I didn't. I do have some other investments. I wish it was all in crypto. I wish it was. But you should diversify, so I guess I'm okay. So yeah, I mean, a couple different other things. Nano just released I love these questions, man. We're going a really long time. Adam, please do some videos about the Trezor security and best practices. Just a little teaser for your consultations. I did do a Trezor video. I did one. I think I've done 2. Pretend you're a Satoshi Nakamoto. Where would he come down on the SegWit block size? I don't know. I don't think it matters anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Why does it? It doesn't matter. I mean, that's the thing. Roger Ver is relying on him being around for so long. We all have to realize that this is an ever-growing community. There are going to be more and more and more opinions, and we're going to have to respect those opinions. And it's going to be Bitcoin's going to be taken evolve in a direction we can't predict because of new people. Satoshi isn't around anymore to affect the evolution of Bitcoin. And Roger Ver is one person trying to affect the evolution of Bitcoin, but clearly he's very frustrated. He's very frustrated at the way it is evolving. It isn't evolving in a way to help his business. He wants his business to be bailed out with this hard fork. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Yes, remember to give this video a thumbs up. Bitcoin's at 1237, somebody says. Awesome. All right. I just lost my track again. Pink Floyd, someone said. Yes, I like Pink Floyd. And where do we go? 1237. From second SegWit, Bitcoin Unlimited debate. Notice that Bitcoin Unlimited could be signaled at any time. It seems from the debate that Unlimited can signal and fork without the majority. They can fork, but they won't be Bitcoin. I mean, they want the majority because they want to be called Bitcoin. They want it to be the real Bitcoin. They want everyone to jump on board with them. But that's not anywhere close to happening. That's why they want 95%. I think Steemit is a great project which creates value within a social network. Maybe a lot of future things be like that creating value, which I think it's interesting. I think Steemit is interesting. I think now is a time when everyone's down on Steemit to start investigating Steemit. Be a contrarian. I made a video about that. Someone said Pink Floyd. Thanks, Adam. Nice asking anything. Gotta go. Peace, brother. Yeah, I gotta go soon too. We're almost at 100 viewers though, and this has been a lot of fun. Really a lot of fun. And I can just keep answering these questions. I'm really quick at these. Bitcoin Unlimited needs hash power because they're cowards. Yeah. All right. I don't know if they're cowards, but Bitcoin price. Yeah. Do you think that Alan Greenspan is Satoshi? No, I do not. I'll sell you a Dogecoin hoodie for one. No. What if you have cancer? What if you have cancer? If a person has cancer, try to, for pot, if you're terminal cancer and you're in pain, yes, pot is good for that, yes. But if you have cancer, and you should try to eat as healthy as possible, start fasting for 3 or 4 day periods. There's some thing you should look that up. There's some non-toxic ways to address certain types of cancer. I'm not a doctor though. And I believe in intermittent fasting. I do that. To each his own on pot, like alcohol. Yeah, alcohol. I don't drink alcohol anymore either. Terrible stuff. So true, pot. Bitcoin, okay. Jason Sellers, I just lost. Oh, crud. If I keep losing track of everyone, I think that's a sign. What if you have cancer again? I'd like to start a business teaching people all about Bitcoin. What advice could you give me about getting started? And what? Okay, yes. Just start a website, start promoting it on YouTube and Twitter. Just keep going out there. Get there real hard. Make it look as professional as possible. Because there are people that have started Bitcoin businesses that are like totally illegitimate and they're making money. So you're talking about a legitimate business. So just be hardcore about it. You know, tell me about it. I'll mention it on the show and everything. Can you talk about Steem, especially for Africa's benefit? Well, for Africa's benefit, it's a way for people in Africa just to post stories about their lives and earn this thing called Steem and then get Bitcoin. It's a way for them to get free Bitcoin because it's hard for them to get their hands on Bitcoin. Once they have Bitcoin, it's a great store of value. So all Africans should get involved in Steemit. And people are always very intrigued by Africans when they get on Steemit for some reason. Very many successful people who smoke pot and no one has ever died. Okay, great. There are worse things you can do. There are worse things you can do. I think it's just terrible. I just don't think it's good. I don't do it. I do not recommend it. I've seen it hurt people. This video will never end. Meister can't keep up with the chat. Tell your friends. Oh God, no. I meet a guy in town, banking sector today. He asked me to teach him about something that made me just lose my place. Go Liberty. So I said, okay, yeah, Bitcoin debit cards. Good question. I don't know. Why would you have a Bitcoin debit card? I don't understand that. What do you think? Save your Bitcoin. What do you think is the coin with the most growth potential? A low market cap coin. Of the ones below the top 8, I have no idea. Even though Decred, probably because Charlie Lee mentioned it. That's the only reason why. If he keeps pumping it, well, I want to talk to these guys. Their marketing terrible. What percentage do you think the Bitcoin ETF has of being approved? 10%, I said. How can you start a Bitcoin consultant service? Do you need a license? No, you do not. Thank God you do not need a license. Question, what are the best countries to relocate to if Bitcoin centric and plan on living on Bitcoin? Plan on living, I don't know if you should plan on living on Bitcoin. Bitcoin centric countries, just a Western country. The Western countries are the best to live in. Any Western country or Japan, Singapore is great. Something wrong with Steemit. Just look at the price. Okay, 100 viewers, maybe more. What are the best? Okay, we're almost done here. Why aren't more exchanges for Americans? Why is Coinbase? Because the United States government regulates this stuff way too much. So Coinbase is the only one that can follow the rules. If there wasn't regulations, there'd be a lot more exchanges. The regulation has gone a little too far sometimes when Hawaii is doing this. Well, okay, Steemit has no revenue model. No, they don't. They should develop one. In your opinion, what is the optimal percentage mix if you want to have Dash, Bitcoin, Ethereum? Oh, I'll tell you what it is. 99% Bitcoin, and then whatever else you want to do. 99% Bitcoin always. But by the way, it's no joke. Bitcoin has gone up more. All those other altcoins have fallen in terms of Bitcoin value over the last year. Maybe now, maybe Dash hasn't. Thanks, Adam. You're awesome. Thank you. This is a great show, Adam. Thanks a lot. Okay, congratulations. You have tens of thousands of subscribers. You'll have, I hope I do. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'm trying to be open and honest with everyone here. I started with 2/3 of Bitcoin, the other 1/3 between 2/3 Bitcoin, 1/3 ETH, and Dash. Now I have about equal. Okay, Dash has grown so much. I mean, good. You got lucky then, I guess. I mean, the Bitcoin is the way to go. Is a long-term thing. This show started on May 1st and ended on the 2nd. Ziani, ZCL going to pump. All right. Pretty soon I'll keep it up. ZCL to the moon. Do you think Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd would be more productive if they didn't use drugs? That is an interesting question. They might have come out with more albums. Led Zeppelin at the end, Jimmy Page was, I think, on heroin, and he was not very good in Through the Outdoor. And that slowed down the production at the end. If John Bonham wouldn't have died, I don't know if their next album, if that would have been slowed down by John Bonham and Jimmy Page being so addicted to drugs. The creativity, some of the drugs they were doing may have enhanced some of the creativity. It may have, but it does a number on your body. It does a number on your body. I'm not sure about Pink Floyd, probably too, but I know more about Led Zeppelin. Will you continue videos after 22? I hope so. When I file my taxes, will they know about my Bitcoin on Coinbase? Yes, they will. They will. They could, probably will. You should think they will at least. Drugs tend to help out our creativity, so it might be beneficial for musicians, but not other. But it's not good on your body. You will die. John Bonham died of an overdose. I mean, it was drugs and alcohol. Keith Moon, it was drugs and alcohol. It's always drugs and alcohol when those guys die. A mixture. I mean, Keith Moon. I mean, John Bonham drowned in his own vomit because he was so messed up on drugs and drunk that he just drowned in his own vomit. Is that a good way to die? For your woman to find you laying there the next day? He was like in his 30s and he looked like he was, I mean, who knows? We look at the end. ZCL on Poloniex soon. Well, if Z Classic gets a Poloniex soon, there'll be a pump. That'll be your next Pascal coin right there. I smoke pot. Someone says, okay, why are you so low on the ETF approval? Because the United States government isn't down with new things like that, and it's not organized very well. They might have more albums, but they would suck. I would have loved to see Led Zeppelin, John Bonham survive, and what their 80s albums would have been like. You kind of get a glimpse of it in Through the Outdoor, because John Paul Jones is really playing the synthesizer a lot because Jimmy Page was on too many drugs to contribute as much as he should have. So I wonder if they would have gotten into the synthesizer more, and that really would have been very Led Zeppelin. So the memory we have of Led Zeppelin is being so hardcore. And it's good we don't have this Rolling Stones memory of them, because now you think of the Rolling Stones as like a joke, man. It's like a joke. At the same time, it would have been interesting if Led Zeppelin would have gotten a new drummer like The Who did with Kenny Jones, because I liked some of The Who's songs from the last two albums, the last two Face Dances and It's Hard. I love Eminence Front. Who doesn't love Eminence Front? I mean, it's mostly a Pete Townsend song, though, I guess. Use some web crypto. Okay, I'm almost done. You the man. Keep up the work. Plants have some messages to tell us. Great show, Adam. Keep it up. Thanks for your insight. Magic mushrooms. Okay, ETC looking good with CoinCat. Expect a huge pump. All right, guys. That is it. That was it. We had 100 viewers today. I hope you enjoyed this show. Please like this video. We're going to have another video coming soon where I talk about the news of the day. It is already, wow, it's past midnight here. I'll talk to you all later. I'm Adam Meister, the BitcoinMeister, the Disrupt Meister. Please tell your friends to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Bye.